Hello everybody, Mr. Wise here in your service, delivering the outstanding messages the legendary psychologist Dale Carnegie produced that hadn't got out of fashion for many decades. This video is based on the book called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Well, you must be thinking, why should I read this book? Because it's purely practical. Where can you use the techniques written in the book in your everyday life, and how are you going to be able to find the book? The easiest part, from the link in the description. Moving on, according to the book, the worst habit of all that you and I possess is to criticize people. Instead of condemning people, let's try to understand them. Let's try to figure out why they do what they do. That's a lot more profitable than criticism. After all, as one of the philosophers stated, God himself, sir, does not propose to judge man until the end of his days. Why should you and I? So don't criticize no matter what. Next, give honest and sincere appreciation to the good qualities of people around you. Make sure that you mean it sincerely, not flatter. As is stated in the book, every man I meet is my superior in some way. In that I learn of him. So next time you meet with the same people, try to focus on their good points and abilities. And don't forget to sincerely state that, because your words will not be forgotten over a lifetime. One of the most useful advice I got from this book is to become genuinely interested in people whom I want to be close friends with. Not only can you use this method to make close friends with, but also you can use it in business negotiations. When your business partners feel that you are genuinely interested in them and their business activities, they will unconsciously raise the partnership to the level of close friendship, as it's very difficult to find people who are genuinely interested in you. Next up, talking of a very small thing that costs nothing but creates much, is your sincere smile. To someone who has seen a dozen of people frown, scowl, or turn their faces away, your smile is like the sun breaking through the clouds. It happens in a flash, and the memory of it sometimes lasts forever. In addition to that, what we usually don't bother with is to try to remember the names of new people that we meet. According to the book, we have to keep in mind that a person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language. Napoleon III, for example, boasted that in spite of all his royal duties, he could remember the name of every person he met. His technique? Simple. If he didn't hear the name distinctly, he said, "Sorry, I didn't get the name clearly." Then, if it was an unusual name, he would say, "How's it spelled?" During the conversation, he took the trouble to repeat the name several times and tried to associate it in his mind with the person's features, expression, and general appearance. If the person was someone of importance, Napoleon went to even further pains. As soon as he was alone, he wrote the name down on a piece of paper, looked at it, concentrated on it, fixed it securely in his mind, and then tore up the paper. In this way, he gained an eye impression of the name, as well as an ear impression. All this takes time, but good manners, my friends, are made up of petty sacrifices. Furthermore, one of the techniques that I found particularly interesting in this book is to win people into your way of thinking. Get the other person saying yes, yes immediately. Socrates, one of the greatest philosophers the world has ever known, used one method to win the argument. Did he tell people they were wrong? Oh no, not Socrates. He was far too adroit for that. His whole technique, now called the Socratic method, was based upon getting a yes, yes response. He asked questions with which his opponent would have to agree. He kept on winning one admission after another until he had an armful of yeses. He kept on asking questions until finally, almost without realizing it, his opponents found themselves embracing a conclusion they would have bitterly denied a few minutes previously. Next time we are tempted to tell someone he or she is wrong, let's remember old Socrates and ask a gentle question. A question that will get the yes, yes response. You must be thinking, well, that's it? Is that all it takes for me to become a psychologist? The answer is obviously no. Just as the companies make the cars drivable through assembling lots of important parts, you have to assemble all the necessary qualities in your personality to create the best of it. What I mentioned above are some important elements of it, and combining it totally depends on you. Thank you very much for watching my video, and again, if you're serious about making friends and influence people with sincere and pure scientific ways, I highly recommend to press the link below and get the book to read. By the way, don't forget to subscribe and comment below.